So, I did say there was a video going out on Wednesday that was going out on Thursday, but yeah, never mind. This is now going out instead. Ian Dunt has written, once again, an amazing piece, and I've said consistently throughout the past 2 years, Ian Dunt has been one of the best political writers writing about Brexit. So, Amendment Apocalypse. Spineless MPs just voted against reality. It was the only Brexit majority the Commons had to offer. MPs voted firmly and confidently against reality, and then, just as firmly and confidently, they voted for fairy stories. Sensible proportions had been put before them to give them power over the Brexit process. They rejected them one after the other. Dominic Grieve wanted to give MPs 6 days to explore options and direct the government. They voted to deny themselves this power by 301 to 321. Yvette Cooper wanted to give them the power to extend Article 50 if it looked like Britain was about to crash out of the EU without a deal. They voted to deny themselves this power 298 to 321. The one and only glimmer of hope was an amendment from Caroline Spellman, which said MPs rejected leaving the EU without a deal, but contained no actual enforcement protocols to do it. MPs accepted it by 318 to 310. So they were insisting that a no deal should be ruled out, but refusing to take any role whatsoever in preventing it themselves. They were like babies in suits. It was a pitiful exhibition, as we've ever seen from them. A masterclass in cowardice. Even now, years after the result, they are petrified of being seen to somehow undermine Brexit. Their mania is so severe that they are prevented to sabotage the mechanisms which would achieve what they themselves say should take place. That was how they rejected reality. They threw out their lot with the fairy tales. The last vote was on Graham Brady's amendment to replace the backstop with alternative arrangements. What were these alternative arrangements? No one would say. Brady himself had no idea. The Prime Minister won't offer anything. Even the Brexit Secretary dodged the question. The backstop is only supposed to kick in if alternative arrangements, like the hardliners' Brexiteers' dreams about frictionless technology, do not come to fruition. So applying them now was like answering a question with the question. What's your alternative arrangement in the alternative arrangements? Don't work. Well, an alternative arrangement, of course. The basic truth remained the same as it was before. The DUP and the ERG will only be happy if the backstop is made time limited or can be extended unilaterally by the UK. The EU will never accept it if those things hold, so no deal seems possible. But all of that is irrelevant anyway, because the EU refuses to reopen the withdrawal agreement. Within minutes of the vote, it fired back its return salvo from the European Council President Donald Tusk. The withdrawal agreement is and remains the best and only way to ensure the orderly withdrawal from the UK from the European Union, it said. The backstop is part of the withdrawal agreement, and the withdrawal agreement is not open for renegotiation. May had promised something she could not specify, which is one of the biggest problems about Brexit, because no one wants to get into specifics, and because no one wants to talk specifics, because, as we've said, there is this reality situation, and Brexiteers cannot climb the wall of reality. It is just impossible for them to do. This is why they shy away. Remember, some of these people have been campaigning to leave the EU for over 40 years, but they've never had a concrete plan of how to do it. This is completely shocking. At this point, we should just ignore the referendum. And before everyone says that, ignoring the referendum is a bad thing, I would like you to go and Google referendums that the UK has ignored, because we've ignored quite a lot. So and not only that, she has shot her own deal in the heart. It was number 10 which had said the border in Ireland had to be kept open. It was number 10 which asked for it to cover the whole UK. Now, after that negotiation, she's going back to the EU and demanded that they destroy the accomplishments she herself secured. That is how ridiculous this whole thing is getting. The Prime Minister is now having to destroy something she herself secured in a negotiation. These negotiations are a complete joke. When I've said in the past that these negotiations make Britain look a complete laughingstock, that's what we've been referring to. So it is insane. It is a degree of coordination that would be remarkable if it weren't so ghastly. By the way, it was typical May tactics. She promised vague promises over content. She sabotaged something, anything, in order to fight another day. She made promises she could not keep on issues she knew to be false. Once again, she said anything at all to survive just a little longer. But there are consequences to this lunacy. Britain is now, it is clear to the world, not a serious country. In the way it is behaving, it is simply not rational. Any reputation it had for credibility or sound judgment, it's gone. It is a basket case. It is humiliating enough, but it is a significant medium-term implications too. Firstly, it shows why the backstop was needed in the first place. This country has become an unreliable negotiating partner. It will demand something one day, then seek to detonate it the next. The events in the Commons today had the ironic effect of reaffirming to the EU the need for the backstop insurance policy. On a broader level, we are about to go around the world asking for trade deals, but we are seen by everyone on the largest stage imaginable to be fundamentally politically insecure. We've gone mad, and everyone is looking. As this is a bleak day, as we have had in the entire this is the bleakest day we have had in the entire Brexit process. All roads now seem blocked. MPs will not back an extension to Article 50. They won't back May's deal. They won't back no deal. They've opted for fairy tales over action. Things are looking very bad indeed. And, you know, it's completely shocking. It really is. And we're going to end up screwed. And by the way, Brexiteers who are chomping at the bit and praising that we're going to end up in a no deal, bear in mind, you are going to screw yourself over so bad. We've already said in this, you know, in this area in particular, the area I've live in Barnsley, people are bizarrely happy for a no deal, but they do not understand its complete and true, utter, you know, story that is about to happen to the, you know, to this country. It is going to be an absolute catastrophe. A no deal is going to be unbelievable. It's going to bring unbelievable, catastrophic consequences to this story, even unintended ones. So this whole idea of people going, oh, well, we voted to leave. Well, put it this way, being in the European Union is going to be viewed as the ideal return scenario, and you are not going to like what happens after that, because we are going to return pretty quickly. It is going to become very clear, very fast, why we needed to be a member of the European Union, why we needed to be a member of the single market and the customs union. Britain is an island, and we are not this massive trading nation that everyone claims to be. It doesn't matter that if we do a trade deal round with Australia or anywhere else, because the European Union is staying where it is. Last night, Nigel Farage went on Irish television and said, as bold as brass, that Ireland would leave the European Union. And the presenter turned around and said, why is that? You do realise that 88% of Irish people favour being in the European Union. To which he then said, oh, it won't matter because the European Union won't be here in 10 years. This is the same line that Eurosceptics have sold for decades. Oh, the European Union won't be here in 5 years. Oh, the European Union won't be here in 10 years. And you can literally go back through the decades of them saying this. You could, please, someone, somewhere, go and track down every single time Nigel Farage has said this and just have a little timeline of when he said it. And put, like, little things of, if he said the European Union won't be here in 5 years, just draw a little thing and like have 2 lines and have a little ping when it says the European Union is meant to have fallen, and then ping it up the next time he chronologically has said it, and just keep on doing that. Please, someone do that. That will be one of the biggest, publicity PR things. Now, it will take a lot of work to do because you will have a lot of footage to troll through, and not just Nigel Farage. I recommend you go through every single UKIP Brexiteer you possibly can of saying that the European Union won't be here in dot, because you can go back probably about 40 years and find all these Brexiteers saying this. So if someone out there does that, let me know, because I will gladly shout about it on my channel, and if you'll let me, I will definitely upload it to my channel.